Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Monday, 19th of August 2024. This day is celebrated as World Humanitarian Day, which is observed annually on 19th of August around the world to pay tribute to aid workers who risk their lives in humanitarian services. From the history point of view, on 19th of August on the same day, 1757, the first rupee coin was minted by the East India Company in Kolkata. It was only in 1835 that a unified coinage system came to India. Before that, the three presidencies, Madras, Bombay, and Bengal, under the company governance, issued their respective coins. Starting the newspaper analyst with the newspaper, The Hindu states that Hamas's new Gaza proposal too close to Israel's demands. Smoke and flames rise following an Israeli strike on a residential building amid the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas in Nuseirat and the central Gaza Strip. Hamas received new proposal from mediators Qatar, Egypt, and the United States following a two-day round of talks in Doha. The Palestinian group Hamas said on Sunday that a new proposal meant to bridge the gaps between Israel and the Islamist armed group over a Gaza ceasefire were too close to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's recent positions. Hamas's statement came only hours after United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken arrived in Israel in a bid to secure a Gaza ceasefire and hostage release deal, dimming hopes for an imminent breakthrough in negotiations. Putin arrives in Azerbaijan for a state visit. Russian President Vladimir Putin left and Azerbaijan President Ilham Aliyev shake hands during their meeting in Baku, Azerbaijan. Putin is due to hold talks with his Azerbaijan's counterpart Ilham Aliyev on bilateral relations and international and regional problems. Russian President Vladimir Putin arrived in Azerbaijan's capital Baku on a Sunday for a 2-day visit. Russian news agency reported. Russian television broadcast images of the Russian President Putin as it arrived in Baku in the evening. Ukrainian President Zelensky says a push into Russia's Kursk region is to create a buffer zone there. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says that the daring military incursion into Russia's Kursk region aims to create a buffer zone. It was the first time Zelensky clearly stated the aim of the operation, which was launched on August 6. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said on Sunday that the daring military incursion into the Russia's Kursk region aims to create a buffer zone to prevent further attacks by Moscow across the border. It was the first time Zelensky clearly stated the aim of the operation, which was launched on August 6. Previously, he had said the operation aimed to protect communities in bordering Sumy region from the constant shelling. New case filed against Sheikh Hasina over the murder of 2 students. Another murder case was filed against Bangladesh's deposed Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina over the death of the 2 college students during the recent anti-quota protests in the country. The case was filed against Hasina and 12 others over the murder of 2 students in Dhaka's Sutarapur area during the violence that led to her ouster. Another murder case was filed on Sunday against Bangladesh's deposed Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina over the death of the 2 college students during the recent anti-quota protests in the country. It was the latest in the slew of the cases filed against the 76-year-old former Premier who resigned and fled to India on August 5 following a massive protest by the students against a controversial quota system in government jobs. Now going towards the Hindustan Daily newspaper states that Director General of India Coast Guard Rakesh Pal dies after a heart attack. Director General of Indian Coast Guard ICG Rakesh Pal passed away in Chennai on Sunday following a cardiac arrest, according to the officials. Pal, who was to attend an ICG event along with the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, was admitted to Rajiv Gandhi General Hospital earlier in the day after he complained of uneasiness, officials said. Deeply saddened at the untimely demise of Sri Rakesh Pal, DG Indian Coast Guard, in Chennai today. Rajnath Singh posted on X. He was an able and committed officer under whose leadership ICG was making big strides in the strengthening India's maritime security. A heartfelt condolences to his brave family, he added. In recognition of his exceptional service, Rakesh Pal was awarded the Ati Vishwa Seva Medal, President Tatrakshak Medal, PTM, and Tatrakshak Medal. 9 killed, over 20 injured in the lightning strike in Odisha, officials. Bhubaneswar, at least 9 people were killed and 20 others injured in a separate incident of lightning strikes across the different parts of the Odisha on Saturday. The officials aware of the incident said. The 9 killed, including minor boy, 2 killed from Mayurbhanj, 2 from Bhadrak, and 1 each in the Denkana, Jaipur, Kendrapura, Cuttack, and Ganjam district, said officials. In the Mayurbhanj district, a tribal couple, Lakshman Murmu and his wife Sakar Murmu, were busy in a paddy transplantation when they felt a bolt of lightning as they tried to rush back to the safety, officials said. In a Bhadrak district, 2 farmers, Amar City and Hemant Barik, were killed after lightning hit them while they were working in the field, officials also added. Mr. Jaishankar says China and Pakistan are not invited to join Voice of Global South Summit. China and Pakistan were not part of the Voice of the Global South Summit, hosted virtually by India on Saturday, and the meeting was joined by leaders and ministers of 123 countries to discuss the key challenges facing developing countries. Several countries raised the conflicts in the Gaza and Ukraine during the day-long summit. External Affairs Minister Jaishankar told the media briefing. The countries that raised the situation in the Gaza expressed the concern at the civilian casualties and emphasized the need to put in place a ceasefire and resume negotiations, he said. Responding to questions, Jaishankar said both China and Pakistan were not invited to the third edition of the summit, hosted by India, in this case of China. He said where they were invited, the answer is no. The summit was joined by a total of 123 countries, including India. 21 countries participated in the leaders' session, while 118 ministers joined various sessions devoted to issues such as digital, trade, and health. A total of 34 countries participated in the 2 sessions of the foreign ministers. With India's capabilities and economic heft set to grow, the country will have to cope with more responsibilities and expectations, especially from the countries of the global south, he said. Going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, FPI strategy, sell in stock market and buy through IPO route. FPI sold equity of rupees 28,976 crore through the exchange A1, while investing rupees 11,483 crore through the primary market category in the month of August so far. The primary market issues are at a comparatively lower valuations, while in the secondary market the valuations continue to remain high. Business. Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited (BPCL) to invest rupees 1.7 lakh crore in the next 5 years. BPCL has launched Project Aspire, a 5-year strategic framework with a planned capital expenditure of rupees 1.7 lakh crore. BPCL currently holds 14% of India's oil refining capacity and 25% of the fuel retaining network. Rising demand. Stagnant output pushes oil import dependency beyond 88% in the April and July month. Total production of petroleum products from the domestic crude oil was 9.5 million tons in April and July month, which means that the extent of India's self-sufficiency in crude oil was just 11.7%, down from 12.2% in the corresponding period a year ago. India's energy demand has been rising briskly, leading to higher oil imports and increasing dependence on imported crude. India's domestic consumption of petroleum products in April and July month rose 4.8% year-on-year to 80.9 million tons. underscoring robust demand, particularly for transportation fuels, petrol, and diesel. Domestic crude oil output for the first 4 months of financial year 2025 declined marginally to 9.7 million tons from 9.8 million tons in the corresponding period of the last year. Total production of petroleum products from domestic crude oil was 9.5 million tons in the April and July month, which means that the extent of India's self-sufficiency in crude oil was just 11.7%, down from 12.2% in the corresponding period a year ago. In April-July of last year, consumption of the petroleum products sourced from indigenous crude oil was 9.4 million tons, while total domestic consumption was 77.2 million tons. Sustainability standards shape future of global trade must take seriously. A well-spun living CEO and MD. India is primarily a cotton-growing country focused on natural fibers and accounts for nearly 7% of the global home textiles trade, with a significant share of the exports to the United States. Now going towards the world news, including Philippine vessel deliberately collided with the Chinese vessel in South China Sea. More than 400 homes evacuated in the Northern Ireland to remove World War II bomb. Harris and Wells make last-minute push. Final campaign stop before Democratic convention. Kamala Harris led Donald Trump in the latest poll, but rallies in inflation and economic issues. J.D. Vance compares Kamala Harris to Jeffrey Epstein over inflation policy. Judiciary to police institutions had to be rebuilt. Student leader now in interim government. According to the science and tech, we have fMRI may reveal depression subtypes and treatments that could work. Many studies have subtyped depression based on the brain activity, but the new study used a theory-driven approach to create subtypes that are also clinically relevant. The manifestations of depression appear as fault or brain patterns that a study has found that psychiatrists often don't account for. Antidepressants and therapy can provide much needed relief to people with mental health illness. Nearly 12% of the spices samples fail quality safety standards. 474 of 4,054 spice samples tested between the May and the early July did not meet quality and safety parameters. Data shows that 474 out of 4,054 samples tested between May and early July do not meet quality and safety parameters. Nearly 12% of the Indian spice samples tested fail to meet quality and safety standards, data of test shows. Several countries had earlier taken steps over the contamination of the risks in two popular Indian brands, MDH and Everest. What is a blue moon? A second full moon in a single month is usually called a blue moon. But there are other ways in which the moon can be blue. A blue moon rises above the Apollo temple in the ancient Korinth in Greece on August 30, 2023. The blue moon is a common example of an invested tradition. Something someone has acclaimed is an old-time honored practice, by the way, which was in fact invented more recently. A second full moon in a single month is usually called a blue moon, but there are other ways in which the moon can be blue, such as literally. X says it is a closing operations in the Brazil due to the judge's content orders. Musk in the posts of an X called Moraes or an utter disgrace to justice and said the company could not have agreed to the judge's secret censorship and private information demands. X claims Brazilian judge Alexandre de Moraes secretly threatened one of the company's legal representatives with arrest if it did not comply with the legal orders to take down some content from its platform. Media platform X said on Saturday it would close its operations in Brazil, effective immediately due to what it called censorship orders by Brazilian judge Alexandre de Moraes. X, owned by billionaire Elon Musk, claims Moraes secretly threatened one of the company's legal representatives in the South America country with arrest if it did not comply with the legal orders to take down some content from its platform. At last, there is a famous quotation said by Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, whose full name was Abul Kalam Ghulam Muhyiddin Ahmed bin Khairuddin Al Hassani Azad, birth anniversary 11 November 1888 up to 22nd of February 1958, who was an Indian independence activist, writer, and a senior leader of the Indian National Congress. Following India's independence, he became the first Minister of Education in the Indian government. He is commonly remembered as Maulana Azad. The word Maulana is an honorific meaning of master, and he has adopted Free Azad Free as his pen name. His contribution to establishing education foundation in India is recognized by celebrating his birthday as a National Education Day across the India. In October 1920, Azad was elected as a member of the foundation committee to establish Jamia Millia Islamia at Aligarh in Uttar Pradesh without taking help from the British colonial government. He assisted in shifting the campus of the university from Aligarh to New Delhi in 1934. The main gate number 7, the main campus of the university, is named after him. Azad was one of the main organizers of the Dharsana Satyagraha in 1931 and emerged as one of the most important national leaders of the time, prominently leading the causes of Hindu-Muslim unity as well as espousing secularism and socialism. He served as the Congress president from 1940 to 1945, during which the Quiet India Rebellion was launched. Azad was imprisoned together with the entire Congress leadership. He also worked for Hindu-Muslim unity through the Al Hilal newspaper. Maulana Azad says a famous quotation. He says that education imparted by heart can bring revolution to the society. He also says that educationists should build the capacities of spirit of inquiry, creativity, entrepreneurial, and moral leadership among the students and become their role model. Okay, thank you.